Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning. It is Wednesday, May 13th, 2026, 9:00 a.m. We'll call the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of County Commissioners to order. Roll call, please.
Perry Buck.
Here.
Lynette Pepler.
Present.
Kevin Ross. Jason Maxey.
Here.
Scott James.
Here, let the record reflect 4 of 5 county commissioners are present, with Commissioner Ross being excused. Minutes, ask for approval of minutes from April 29, 2026, please.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve minutes from April 29th, 2006. 20,000.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Buck, who just took me down a 20-year time warp. Second by Commissioner Maxey to approve the minutes of April 29, 2026. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Read ordinance by audio, please.
Mr. Chair, I move that we read a code ordinance by audio.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Buck, second by Commissioner Maxey to read code ordinance 2026-07 by audio. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Certification of hearings. These are hearing certificates from April 29, 2026. They include PCSC 26-0002 for Javier Baron Sixtos and a PCSC 25-0008 for Meadow Ridge Holdings LLC.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we certify the hearings.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Maxey, second by Commissioner Pepler to certify hearings. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Houston, any amendments to the agenda, please?
There are none.
Thank you. Consent agenda, please.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Maxey, second by Commissioner Pepler to approve the consent agenda. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. These are warrants. First, the general warrants, please.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the general warrants as presented.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pepler, second by Commissioner Maxey to approve the general warrants. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Up next, Commissioner warrants for Scott K. James, please.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Commissioner warrants for Scott K. James.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Buck, second by Commissioner Pepler to approve the warrants for me. Further discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Perry Buck.
Yes.
Lynette Pepler.
Yes.
Commissioner Ross is excused. Jason Maxey.
Yes.
Scott James.
Abstain. Let the record reflect that 3 of the 4 county commissioners voted to approve, with Commissioner James abstaining. Up next is Commissioner warrants for Perry L. Buck.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the warrants for Perry L. Buck.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pepler, second by Commissioner Maxey to approve the Commissioner warrants for Perry L. Buck. Further discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Perry Buck.
Recuse.
Lynette Pepler.
Yes.
Kevin Ross is excused. Jason Maxey.
Yes.
Scott James.
Yes, let the record reflect that the motion passes 3-0 with Commissioner Buck abstaining, recusing. Bids. Up first is approval of bid 2600028 for GuardaCore Maintenance and Support, Department of Information Technology. Good morning, Toby.
Good morning, Toby Taylor with Purchasing. The information technology staff have reviewed all bids. Trace 3 Government LLC out of Colorado Springs has proposed the lowest cost solution that meets the specifications. Therefore, the recommendation is to award the GuardaCore Maintenance and Support bid to Trace 3 Government LLC for a total amount of $112,872.14.
Questions for Toby or a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve bid B 2600028.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Maxey, second by Commissioner Buck to approve bid B 2600028. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Under new business general, thanks, Toby. Number 1 is consider contract ID 10598, contract for supplemental investigation support, and authorize the chair to sign with Yuma County. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jamie Ulrich, Department of Human Services. This agreement allows us to support Yuma County with some of their investigation activities, and our request this morning is approval of the contract.
Questions for Jamie or a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve contract ID 10598.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pepler, second by Commissioner Buck to approve contract ID 10598. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 2 is to consider contract ID 10609, amendment number 7 to intergovernmental agreement for case management agency services, and authorize the chair to sign. Jamie.
Thank you. This is an amendment to our existing contract with Healthcare Policy and Financing for our case management agency. This amendment adds the state fiscal year 26-27 funding amount and updates exhibits B through E. Our request this morning is approval of the intergovernmental agreement.
Questions for Jamie or a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve contract ID 10609.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Buck, second by Commissioner Maxey to approve contract ID 10609. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose same sign. Motion carries. Number 3 is to consider contract ID 10633, revocable and non-exclusive license agreement to grant property use and co-location for Veterans Readjustment Counseling Services, and authorize the chair to sign. Jamie.
Thank you. This is a non-financial agreement, and it's with the VA to co-locate within our workforce center in order to provide our Weld County veterans and their families with readjustment counseling services, case management, and supportive services, which will then improve the coordinated service delivery and their access to care. Our request this morning is approval of the agreement.
Questions for Jamie or a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, move to approve contract ID 10633.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pepler, second by Commissioner Buck to approve contract ID 10633. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose same sign. Motion carries. Number 4 is to consider contract ID 10646, 2-year county personnel and merit system classification, certification for Wagner Pizer Act funded employment services, and authorize the chair, Department of Human Services and Workforce Development Board to sign. Jamie.
Thank you. This is our Weld County Personnel and Merit System certification, which confirms compliance with the merit-based personnel system requirements for the Wagner Pizer funded services. Our request this morning is approval of the 2-year county personnel and merit system certification.
Questions for Jamie or a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve contract ID 10646.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Buck, second by Commissioner Pepler to approve contract ID 10646. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose same sign. Motion carries. Thanks,
you.
Jamie. Number 5, consider contract ID 10652, change order number 1 to agreement for construction services for 2026 bridge irrigation and drainage maintenance and rehabilitation on-call services, bid B 2500-148, and authorize the chair to sign for TLM Constructors, Inc. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Bedell from Public Works and Don Dunker from Public Works. This item is well, let me explain first the existing contract, which is with TLM Constructors, they were awarded through a competitive bid and selection process earlier this year for on-call construction services. They recently did some work out on County Road 29 under that contract. And we're proposing to issue a change order to that contract in the amount of $985,000 for work that needs to be done down by Hudson on County Road 51, where they cross BNSF Railroad crossing, which is a very unsafe crossing and has been on everyone's radar to make it safer and get it reconstructed for quite some time, for years, and to improve the safety conditions there. And there's a track record of incidents that have occurred at that railroad crossing. So if approved, the construction at that railroad crossing will be a combination of TLM Constructors work crews and county work crews and BNSF work crews. And it's currently planned for start on June 1st and probably take 2 months to complete. And traffic will be detoured. You'll probably see that on Monday. Probably the road closure and detour plan will be coming to you very soon, probably on Monday's agenda. I believe that's about all I got. Don or I'd be welcome to answer any questions about
Yeah,
it.
I just want to make one more statement is TLM was chosen because of their work that they did 3 or 4 years ago at Two Rivers Parkway. They integrated another project where they were working on the bridge. Our crews were working on the roadway, and they integrated extremely well with our crews. They work extremely well with our crews. Our crews needed something, they helped them. Our crews helped them. It was almost like an extension of staff, if you want to go there. It was done on time and under budget.
The extension of staff without the staff expense.
Correct.
Oh, okay. All right. Check. Questions for the gentleman or a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve contract 10652, especially since they tend to work with staff and come in under budget.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pepler, second by Commissioner, what's your name? Bach, to approve contract ID 10652. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Number 6, consider permit application and report of changes from form to register a manager and authorize chair to sign for Circle K Stores, Inc., DBA Circle K Stores, number 2709846. Matt, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Matt Conroy, Assistant County Attorney. Before you is a request to change the manager on their liquor license for the Circle K at Highway 119 and I-25. Staff has no concerns with the requested change. The store is on the biennial cycle, and so their actual liquor license renewal will come up in early 2027. But otherwise, we have no concerns and recommend approval of the resolution.
Questions for Matt or a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, move that we approve the resolution.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Maxey, second by Commissioner Buck to approve the resolution. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks,
Thank you.
Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Under new business ordinances, number 1 is the first reading of Code Ordinance 2026-07.
Nope, you got one more.
Well,
Number
what if-
7.
What if I don't want to do it? Consider acceptance. Number 7 is to consider acceptance of special warranty deed, property conveyance, and grant of temporary construction easement for Bridge 19-46.5A replacement project for Little Thompson Ranch LLC.
This is just the follow-up to, we received back the signed special warranty deed and the grant of temporary construction easement. And we're just following up for you to go ahead and accept those. We didn't put that into the agreement that we had, should have done that, didn't do it. So this is just a follow-up.
Okay. Questions for Bruce or a motion, please?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the resolution.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Buck, second by Commissioner Maxey to approve the resolution. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now, new business ordinances. I didn't want to keep our health department waiting. Sorry, guys. This first reading of Code Ordinance 2026-07 in the matter of repealing and reenacting with amendments, Chapter 30, Weld County Department of Public Health and Environment on-site wastewater treatment system regulation of the Weld County Code. Good morning, Dan.
Morning, Dan Joseph, Environmental Health. Today, I just wanted to review, this is a standard process that we go through. Our particular code is used and implemented based on state code. The state goes through regular updates, generally about every 5 years. They recently have done that in June of 2025. Within that provides a year for local agencies to adopt the changes. And that is where we're looking at to adopt this by June of 2026. There are some opt-in and opt-out sections to the code, but the remaining has to be kind of adopted as is because the code needs to be as stringent as the minimum is to the state code for us to implement it. Through that, we looked at the 3 optional sections, which were title transfer, reduction and setbacks, and allowance and size reductions. The title transfer program, we're not going to implement that directly, but we're going to have some portions on our websites to help folks out with that part of the program to help drive and have them have direction with that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the reduction setbacks in a second, and allowance for size reduction for advanced treatment. Generally, we have very limited number of systems in Weld County that need that. Our soils are usually in pretty good shape. And so we have some other alternative methods that we can do to deal with that without having to adopt the full code provision that goes along with that. The allowance of setback reductions, basically it's moving it from a variance process that has to go through the Board of Health to allowing staff to administratively do this. Generally, Board of Health looks at what the staff recommendations are. There's a set of conditions that they have to meet even to move forward with this. Those conditions would still apply. This just helps move the process along faster for a person applying for the permit. They don't have to wait for a month to go to the Board of Health meeting to get the ruling to move forward with the project. They can do that as soon as staff reviews it and approves that. The vast majority of the rest of the red lines that we have in there are things that are processes that were already being conducted, or conversations that we would have with operators and kind of just the general industry, how things are working. It is now kind of just listed out specifically. So there's code referred to if it was like, well, hey, that's not quite written in here. So nothing's really changing for the operators for the most part. It's stuff that they're already doing. It's just now codified with that. The only one that it was a little new, that's a little different, is adding an interior grate to risers. It's to prevent people, pets, animals from falling down the tube. So if somehow they got the lid off of the tank, they wouldn't actually end up in the tank. The industry has already been installing these. These are available. It's not much of a cost per, processed for them. So they just are ready to move forward with that. That shouldn't be a huge change for them either. And I've got the red line versions pulled up if we have any specific questions about that. I can scroll to any sections through the ordinance with that. I know there are quite a number of pages here. It's always a big change with this, but happy to dive into any particular ones if you have any particular questions. We may have, for the second iteration, a few tweaks, updates, with misspelling that we will bring forth to the board during that. But otherwise, the structure of what you see in the code is what's going to go forward.
This board is appreciative of a faster permitting process, so thank you on that. Questions for Dan, please. Please, Commissioner Max.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dan, just to really simplify it down for all these without scrolling through all the pages, the things that I like to hear are we're not increasing or changing our code or increasing rules and regulations for things that we have the ability to say no to. And I see in here that we are not adopting certain things. So thank you for that. The other things that we're adopting are due to state changes, CDPHE alignment, to basically get us up to the minimum standards to meet that code so that we, are, I guess, in alignment with that, so to speak, right? Without being overly restricted by going beyond the minimums.
Correct. And the parts that we're adopting are to improve customer efficiencies, and the parts that we're not is to also improve customer efficiencies of not being over regulatory with them. And this allows, at the minimum level, us to perform the job duties at the local level rather than the state performing these tasks. And so it makes sense to at least get there because we run a really nice program.
Good, which are things that I like to hear. So I don't have any questions. I just wanted to simplify it for my mind. So thank you for that. Thank you for the meetings that we've had to go through these types of changes. I'm in support of them, but I just wanted to make sure that we put that on the record that we're doing what we can do to simplify things, but also not be overly burdensome and just do some minimum standard stuff to align with the state. So thank you.
Additional questions of Dan or his 64 pages or 19,271 words? Seeing none. This is public hearing. Chair would like to open the meeting for comments from the public regarding the first reading of Code Ordinance 2026-07. Any comments from the public, please? Seeing none, we'll close public hearing. Ask the board for action, please.
Mr. Chair, I would move that we approve on first reading Code Ordinance 2026-07 in the matter of repealing and reenacting with amendments Chapter 30 of the Weld County Code, of Weld County Department of Public Health and Environment on-site wastewater treatment system regulations of the Weld County Code.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Maxey, second by Commissioner Buck to approve contract ID.
It's okay.
To approve first reading Code Ordinance 2026-07. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Dan. Finally, public comment to each individual speaker is allowed a 3-minute period of time in which to direct comments to the board. The chair shall enforce the rules of order and decorum and will not accept comments regarding matters which are scheduled to be considered at a future public hearing, such as a land use hearing. In that event, the speaker will be asked to give their testimony at the appropriate public hearing, either in person or in writing, pursuant to the rules set forth in Section 2:120.e of the Weld County Code. Any comments from the public this morning? Seeing none, we'll stand adjourned. Be back for land use at 10 o'clock. Thank you.